Sims team did a quick news article after releasing the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature game, the initial trailer. So I wanted to read over this because it's going to have more information, obviously, while we wait for the gameplay trailer that's coming out on June 26th. So it says, "Can you hear that? It's the sound of the soft whisper of Mother Nature calling you to a charming new world." Oh, never mind. That's just nature's calling from a privy bush. Anyways, The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature welcomes you to In the Screen, a beautifully lush and wonderful land where Sims and nature live in perfect or chaotic harmony. If you're ready to answer the call, let's dive deeper into the whimsical soil of In the Screen. So there's a lot of sections. We're just going to hop right in. I love this photo. I like seeing how much customization you're going to have over the fairies. I was at first afraid the fairies weren't even going to be playable and they were going to be some sort of like NPC character, but it looks like you can definitely be a fairy yourself with different body shapes, colors, styles, wings, headdresses, masks, makeup, teeth. Looks like you're going to have a lot of options. So it says Mother Nature has a very interesting proposition should you choose to accept it. With her guidance, Sims can become the fairy they were destined to be. And once they complete their transformation, they'll have the choice to flutter down two very different paths. There's a harmonious fairy, a benevolent winged helper who wants to aid others help other living things find health and balance, and the disoriented fairy, a flying mischief maker that enjoys stirring up a little chaos and making everyday life harder for the Sims around them. The fairy path is yours to fly with wings to match. Fairies can develop abilities that let them nurture plants, manipulate objects, change the moods of others, and more. But be wary of emotional starvation. Rather than living off of food, fairies absorb emotions to survive, either directly from other Sims or from bottled emotion potions. Failure to do so may welcome their untimely demise. You can customize your fairy look to your own liking with an array of wings, skin tones, ears, teeth, head accessories, glowing tattoos, and more. Fairies can even use their fairy charm to deliver a special woohoo. Don't worry about non fairy sims. You can also have magical fun with fairy dust, using it to enchant plants, bring gnomes to life, and more. So, whether your fairy sim chooses to sow wonder or spark chaos, or your sim with very interesting neighbors, it's just the beginning of your fairy tale. So, there's an emphasis on green, obviously, because this is about nature. So, the three neighborhoods make up Innis Green, each one connecting you to nature with their own unique way. There's the coast of Admore, a peaceful seaside village where everyday Sims enjoy life's simple pleasures. Stepping out on the town brings us to Spruce Dairy Grove, a vibrant blend of fairy friendly shops, cozy homes, and draping ivory that blurs the
Welcome back. I
lines
wanted to do a quick video on
that blurs the lines between civilization and the natural world. And finally, we venture deep into the magical forest of Everdew, a thick and mysterious wooded humming with enchanted energy. And this green is full of adventure, skills, and traits too. You can balance mood and discover natural remedies with your apothecary table, seek out Mother Nature, and embark on a transformative journey to become a fairy. Be your very best plant parent and fill your home with a new array of houseplants, or unlock your inner nature nomad to dwell among the trees and live off the land. And that's kind of what we saw in the trailer, where she completely gave up living indoors. Again, it seems like we're gonna have a variety of ailments. You can be an apothecary, or you can go to an apothecary to get cures. I'm loving the different, like the rug is very ornate. Looks like a lot of conversations about plants and nature, a lot of potions and decor and clutter in that same realm. This is very whimsical, very magical, very just. I'm hoping they do fairies justice in this new expansion pack because it's all about balance. Living in tune with nature is more than just playing in the dirt and hugging trees. It means respecting the natural world and promoting a balanced coexistence. Living in inner screen Sims must become emotionally grounded and find that balance or welcome to chaos. When Sims start to lose their balance and become imbalanced, life can get a little harder to navigate. For example, one may acquire new skills at a slower rate, or their everyday needs may become harder to solve. And if the sim enters a very imbalanced territory, that's when ailments start to show up like greeny meanie, With this ailment, Sims will learn and complete gardening tasks faster than normal, but they're constantly angry and prone to outbursts that are off-putting to nearby Sims. That's just one of many. There's emotional void, simoleon fever, sonic sinuses, to name a few. But imbalance isn't the end, it's just the beginning of a new journey. Ailments can vanish and moods can improve with cures and elixirs crafted with the new apothecary table. With new special ingredients like the lightning root and aura blossom found while gardening and foraging, Sims can follow intricate recipes for treatments with fantastical effects. And with the right amount of practice, one can take on the elixir enthusiast aspiration or become a naturopath, a new profession that serves to cure fellow Sims of their curious ailments. Achieving balance, however, may require a little luck. Sims living in a screen may experience good, ordinary, or bad luck, which may in turn affect their career, love life, cooking, foraging, and other tasks or interactions. Lucky for you, there's two lucky charms that can be found, purchased, or made, which can modify your Sim's luck for good or bad. Now that you have to ask yourself, will your Sims seek balance, or will they embrace the chaos of an unbalanced life in nature? So step outside and make yourself at home. Whether you're honing your natural living skill or seeking the natural nomad aspiration, Innis Green gives Sims a chance to eat, bathe, sleep, and thrive entirely off the land. Forget modern comforts. This is about embracing a simpler life in rhythm and balance with the world around you. From eating freshly caught fish and sleeping in the grass to foraging for apothecary ingredients and summoning a privy bush when nature calls, every new discovery and experience brings your sim closer to self reliance. For those not quite ready to give up hot showers and cozy beds, you can try plant parent life instead and welcome a collection of new living houseplants inside your humble abode. They're not just decoration like they've been in the past, they need water, care, and constant companionship. You'll even be able to place them on shelves, tables, and floors to transform your home into a tranquil garden sanctuary. Now, do you aspire to be an elixir enthusiast, a natural nomad, or so there's going to be, of course, more that you can do. You can just be a builder. Not everyone plays in live mode. So to capture the enchanting atmosphere of Inniscreen, we partnered with creators The Cracked Kyber, The Sim Scrolls, Sandra Pica, and Nina Smid to build an array of captivating and unique lots. The neighborhood of Innisgreen not only draws on nature and fantasy elements, but they also take some inspiration from the architecture and aesthetics of Ireland and Celtic artistry. That's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Cyber Ki- Cracked Kyber, also known as Megan, built community lots, Whistling Thistle Gardens, and the Sing Song Lounge, as well as 8 Gnome Coast Street. Chatting up with the Sims at the Whistling Thistle Gardens is a favorite pastime of the Spruce Dairy Grove residents. The community garden has been carefully curated over the years to grow all of the residents' favorite harvests. Besides socializing and gardening, painting and photography are especially enjoyable as a light and natural ambiance ignites creativity. I wanted to build a park to function for a range of life stages, so I added items to make sure the whole family could spend the day there together, said Megan. The park is a really good representation of my build style and feels the most me. That's gorgeous. Like, it just makes you want to move there right now. The Sims Scrolls designed two residential lots, Grimsley, Grimley Gardens Brook and Prickett Hall, and created the Gnome exhibit. Grimsley Gardens Brook is a garden oasis filled with luscious greenery, placing hills on residents on a hill they'll die on. Plentiful plots, gracious greens, and quaint carvings give all this storybook home two green thumbs up. I think all the levels make it more organic and untamed, said the Sim Scrolls. I wanted it to feel wild, like it was merging with nature, so having the home partially built into a hill just felt right. But I also want to emulate the vibes of an English cottage garden. That's absolutely beautiful. Nina designed three residential lots. On the outskirts of Everdew lies Grenamore Residential, a quaint home built into one of the largest trees in the forest. The breathtaking scenery is made more beautiful by the neighborhood's denizens who can be seen out and about using their enchantments on the world and Sims alike. It's very important for me to build something unique with a very unconventional shape that will do justice to the beautiful place where it's located, said Nina. I spent a lot of time with this building, playing with different shapes and styles until I was happy with it. Nina's advice for aspiring builders: adding some colorful lighting makes a big difference, and how we can place plants on roofs adds a lot of whimsy to a build. Sandra built a total of 3 lots for the expansion pack. Grindles has been a hot spot for Sims who enjoy a few drinks after a long day of mixing elixirs. Located in the center of the grove, Sims come to take in the greenery and partake in delectable conversation. It's a community space where your Sims can meet as a family or come on a date or venture out alone to use the chess table as an activity, said Sandra, who hails from Ireland. The overgrown feel of the bar is inspired by the way nature flourishes here in Ireland. To be able to bring some of the real life research to this pack feels surreal. I felt very honored, and as a result, it inspired me to do the best I can for my builds. And that's, I'm assuming, is where all the fairy homes are. So, I mean, this expansion pack definitely has more growth and more depth. I'm glad that we got a little bit more information about fairies. It does seem like they have a skill tree or some two different paths that they can go down. Very scenic and picturesque, which The Sims 4 has never had a problem making beautiful worlds and beautiful buildings. I love that they continue to partner with, different Sims creators. So let me know what you think based on this blog post and the official reveal trailer. Does that make you more interested in the Enchanted by Nature, or do you think that there's some more questions that need to be answered before you're ready to buy this expansion pack?